Welcome back to Land Investing 101. I want to talk about life estates today. So what is a life estate? A life estate is when property is given to another for their lifetime. So for example, if I have land all over the country and my brother wants to have a home, he needs a home, he just had a family, and I say to him, I'm going to give you this land for your life. After your life is done, it reverts back to me. That's a life estate. Usually they say to A for life. Why is this important, and how has it been used in the past? So great titans of industry, a lot of what they used to call the robber barons, the Rockefellers and the Carnegies, owned a lot of real estate. And what they would do is they would give it to someone for life. So for example, a better example than my brother is someone that I don't know comes to me, says, I want to build a library or a farm to feed the local community. And I say, fine, as long as you're alive, I'm going to let you use the land. And you give it to them to use. What happens when they die? Well, the land comes back to me. What happens if I'm dead when they die? The land comes back to my estate. So this is why you see a lot of families or real estate tycoons, heirs or children, continue to hold on to wealth, because what happens is that the land, even after that their father died, or the person that gave the land out to someone for their life dies, it reverts back to their estate, which is inherited by their children or whoever the will disposed of that interest in. So that's a life estate. A life estate is basically saying, here, I'll give this to you for life. It's a contract that says a life estate is worded how you want or how the lawyer wants, but a life estate basically says to A for life, right? To Amy for life, to Bob for life. And once Amy or Bob is dead, that interest in land, that real property goes back to its owner, which is the person who gave it to you in the first place. And if that person is dead, it goes to their estate, which is disposed of in their will. So that's a life estate. It gives the person the right to possess the property throughout their lifetime. There's also called a life estate per altra vie. Life estate per altra vie. This is Latin, meaning for another life. Life estate por otra vida in Spanish, if you speak Spanish, for another life. Meaning, I say, I'm going to give you this property as long as X is alive. So in practice, you say, for example, I love my brother, by the way. So I have a brother, he has a kid, and he says to me, look, he gives me the sad love story about his kid, and he says, Nick, I really need a place. So I say, fine, I'll give you this as long as she's alive, as long as the little kid is alive. That's a life estate per ultra vie. So you're giving it to that person, but it's contingent on this person's life, right? So that's life estate per ultra vie. So one thing you have to be careful for with a life estate, and actually we'll talk about this next, it's called the doctrine of waste. And this is important not only in a life estate, but also with tenants and people that you lease land or buildings to, or apartments or homes to. It's called the doctrine of waste, and there's some pretty interesting things there that I think a lot of people will learn. So let's talk about that in the next video. Thanks for joining. We'll talk soon.